This is a Haidilao beef self-heating hot pot tomato flavored ready to go meal. Some would even argue a ration. Now right away you can see when we take off this outer packaging that there's quite a bit to see in terms of how to put the meal together. So we're just going to kind of go step by step and make the best thing that we can out of this thing, alright? So the nice thing about this ration is right away we can see what's going to be going into it. We've got pickled vegetables, some salted lotus root, potato, black fungus, I have to assume that's some kind of mushroom, salted kelp, bamboo shoot. We have tomato flavor hot pot seasoning, basically our broth, seasoned beef, which could really mean anything, a prepackaged meal or a soup, and the noodles. So yeah. Alright, so let's get the top off of here. We've got the noodles, got just under an ounce or so. Nice. It's kind of hard to see there, but the noodles are also 90 calories. And they are looking to bring, other than caloric intake, according to the daily value percentages, they're basically nothing else is going to be of value except for taste. Some calories, but alright. Pickled vegetables. Let's see, we've got 90 calories for this bad boy out of all of this pickled vegetables, so at least we're probably getting some value out of it in terms of nutritional stuff. Let's see, what's that? Well, we're getting a lot of our daily amount of sodium, probably more than you would need in one thing, 84%, and 25% of your dietary fiber carbohydrates, 2 grams of protein. Alright, and then we got seasoned beef, fully cooked, 2 whole ounces or 57 grams as you see. Alright, so let's see, we've got 120 calories in this bad boy, 13 grams of protein, a little bit of cholesterol and sodium, and that's pretty much it for the beef. Hopefully it's got some flavor and texture to it. Feeling it, it feels alright. It doesn't feel like mush or anything like that, but maybe little strips or something. And we got tomato flavor hot pot seasoning. Okay, 3.2 ounces though. I'm sure with some water that's going to come out to be a little bit more. And it's looking like most of our calories we're going to be getting there. 230, 19% of our fat, 15 grams, and another bit of sodium. So we're definitely going over the, where is that here? Daily bit of sodium here. These look like they're 84 and 86%. Alright, well, let's get this all out onto a tray. Nice. Okay, so here we've got the actual, looks like it's going to hold all of our ingredients. Set that there. And we got basically the FRH. So we're just going to be able to use this to heat up the whole thing, not have to use any kind of heating element. And is this just a utensil? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's even got our little, little chopsticks, a little napkin, a spoon, chopstick covers even? Oh, you put the chopsticks together. Well, that's nifty. Yeah, nice. So you can really just do this whole thing yourself with just some water. Okay, so we're going to start with the white container here and take everything out in the order that it wants us to really get things right. Alright. Ooh, okay. Alright, wow, that smells not very extreme at all, but definitely smells pickled. Smells pretty good, all things considered. Not much of a mushroom or fungus guy, but everything in here looks pretty good. It's kind of hard to see there, but I can actually just pull some of it out so you can see. Got some, well, whatever any of it is, to be honest. I'm not going to identify any of it off the top of my head except for maybe the potato, but it's the where you add everything. So far, all of our vegetables. Alright, next we've got the seasoned beef, so this is going to be a little interesting upon opening, I think. Ooh, a little liquid up at the top. Okay. Can't really identify the smell. I'm going to look at it. It does not look appetizing when you open it, I can tell you right now. But, ooh, that actually, alright, the overall smell is like a mix of like a really good, like when you have like, you know, like a hot pot or like a Korean beef mixed with like jerky almost. And all the oils that it's kind of sitting in look fine. Looks like it had a little bit of fat in it that kind of congealed up. But it's looking good, and there's quite a little bit more in here than I thought. I'll see if I can kind of, well, we'll just show you when I dump it in here. Let's get this going. Good until it says August 2022, so we're still pretty early on the mark, which is good. It would seem that way. It looks all right. It looks a little bit weird at first, though. I'm sure after it, you know, heats up and gets spread around, it's gonna look a little bit better. Take a look here. Okay, there's the this lighting does not do it any favors, but while we're here, I'll take a smell with everything overall. Not really smelling much anything off of it. I guess more so the beef so far than anything. All right, so then last we've got the hot pot seasoning. Get this all nice and squeezed down here. 230 calories, sign me up. Who do I actually care though? Okay. Ooh. Ooh. What is that initial smell? I actually can't make it out. It's not tomato off the bat, I think. Unless it is and I'm just untrained. Oh no, that's tomato for sure, but it's a brilliant kind of red. Kind of hard to see there, but looking almost like just like a pulpy tomato mixed with like biomass. All right, well, I got the camera here. Let's just let's see, just kind of add it to here on the top. This is the last thing I'm supposed to add apparently, so it's just oh right. Actually, for what this is, it actually looks really good, all things considered, especially from what it's going to apparently turn into. I'm actually hoping more than anything that I can taste the vegetables. Hopefully that they don't taste gnarly, but that I taste them. But they're probably going to be more so to kind of be for show and soak in this kind of flavor and the beef flavor. If you thought this part of the video was taking long so far, this is part one. Hopefully this is a relatively short thing and I can actually get it all up in the same day. We're going to find out here. But first we just have to add, drinking water to the line with the foreign language on it, which luckily we've got our water over there. So where's the water? Okay, so we're gonna add our drinking water to that fill line there. It might be kind of hard to see, but all right, let's just pour her in. And it's just about a full glass of water, but I'm gonna have to go and add a little bit more. Because also I was pouring too slow, a little bit actually kind of admittedly spilled out, but that's okay. Okay, so we took the rest of the water we had, the cold water, to fill in here, to go into the fill line here on the bottom. It's kind of hard to see, but it's really, far down there because you need room for the heating element and the water and this, and so it doesn't have to touch the water and displace it in anything or have the heating packet, do something catastrophic to the bottom of the ration there. Okay, we're gonna make sure there's no tears on this bad boy, nothing gonna fly out unexpected. Looks okay. But we're gonna get our heating pack down in here and lay it in there. Get it nice and submerged, and it's gonna get to work right away. And we're going to get the ration in there. I'm going to cut it real quick. Okay, so now the ration is secured there. The heating element, I gave it a nice little poke right before we put it in there, this on top. And it's starting to feel nice and warm already. So now we're just gonna secure our lid. Got a little hole here for the steam to come out once we know it's really going. And we're gonna be waiting about 15 minutes or so. Oh, I can hear it already. It's starting to get to work. Let's wait for that steam to come out. Oh wow, there we have it. Alright, nice. Getting to work right away. Now normally in any other ration video, after we're heating up the main or something, you know, we'd be able to kind of get into something else, whether it's, you know, accessory packet or anything like that, but I'm pretty sad all the time. I mean, what? Show you guys my custom Nintendo 3DS while we're heating up our hot pot. Might have to play some Earthbound. Alright, so this is going to turn into part 1 of an Earthbound Let's Play. Alright, while I'm here, you can take a careful look at the accessory packet. I say careful because this thing's chucking off a lot of heat, so, you know, we're going to want to just be generally safe about where we're putting our hands and stuff here. I'm going to just set this down for you. Now, rather than be a normal person and read the labels here, I'm just going to open this up and try to figure out what the heck I'm looking at. A little spoon. And it looks like the rest of our chopsticks. Nice. Okay, so yeah, it looks like we just kind of like Legos. Anybody watching this video, adult man who plays with Legos? If so, that's pretty cool. I'm glad that I can have you in my inner circle of my friends. Okay, so we got about 10 seconds left actually on the heating or so for this ration. I'm going to cancel the timer now so it doesn't go off while I'm talking. I'm sure it'll be fine to go for another little while longer. We got the accessory packet out with the spoon, the assembled chopsticks, which were quite a bit of a chore to put together actually, strong plastic, and our napkin and our toothpick. It's still chucking quite a bit of heat and noise from heating up there. So we're going to wait another second or two until we hear it kind of quiet down. Alright, so it's been a few minutes since I last checked up on this. When had a little bit more steam coming out. It's definitely quieted down quite a bit on the heat up. But I think I'm going to take it off now so we don't let it steam for too long, and so we can at least get the smell and the sight of what's going on. We're going to be careful here because it's real hot on the top. Oh wow. It's looking pretty much the same. Definitely some more development in the kind of the broth there. But me. Oh wow, it smells great. Oh yeah, the tomato is coming through with the beef actually pretty decently. Give it a little stir here, and then maybe let's take these chopsticks. Got a low battery here also, so we're gonna have to make a cut to change out the battery pack, but that's alright. I'm gonna first, let's just get a taste of kind of the broth, the actual soup itself. Okay. Right away, yeah, I'm getting hit with the tomato flavor, and it's got a really kind of a real savory, brothy thing that's going on with the beef very, very well. Hopefully the beef flavor and the texture is also, you know, up to par once we get there. Alright, and with that, while I'm at it, let's just take some of the beef and try it on its own. Let's give everything a try here, actually, separately, and also dive into it. So we got a piece there. It's a decent little size. But the beef is a totally fine texture. Definitely a little bit better than what you'd get in just generally something that's like canned. I think the Mylar, whatever it is, the Mylar packaging in its seasoning definitely helps. I will say it's closer to a more of a burger patty than it is a steak kind of thing, which is fine. And I got some of the noodles in the broth in there right away, and it's definitely just satisfying. I'm not gonna lie, my mouth is kind of watering to just tell me to, you know, try more of it. So I'm gonna get to something else here. Let's try this little thing. If I didn't know any better, I would think this is just a choo-choo wheel, but you know, it's some kind of pickled vegetable. We'll give it a whirl. Got a good crunch. But not really much flavor
really just tastes more like, kind of like the soup itself. What was this? There was kind of like the seaweed or whatever that was in here, so that's what this is. We'll give that a whirl. If I can learn how to pick it up, yeah, I'm just gonna grab it. That's alright. Oh, this is our black fungus. Definitely looking like some kind of mushroom. That's good. Has a good chewy kind of protein texture with also just a nice little, just a bit of like a little umami kind of fungus taste. One of these guys. Okay. Closer to the taste of the fungus or mushroom, but also the texture was not nearly as good. Honestly, pretty much everything in here separate is good, so I have to assume that these potato slices are probably pretty nice. Yep, potato's great, though it's not mind-blowing, so there's nothing really new to be expected there. Okay, so we're gonna give this a nice try with everything that we've got in here. You know, we've got I believe it's the lotus root, potato, fungus, beef, and it was some kind of seaweed or something like that. A nice green, almost looks like an Italian green bean. So let's see. Let's try these chopsticks are really hard to put together. I was like behind the camera probably actually for like 3 to 4 minutes while this was heating up, was trying to snap these together without stabbing myself or anything really, and then I had to clean them off because, you know, I was manhandling them, so that was fun. So I'm having a hard time getting the noodles because I'm inept with chopsticks at the moment, but that's just user error. The noodles are really good, like with everything, I have to say. Let me see if I can just get the spoon popping off a little bit more. I honestly don't know how I'd manage to eat everything in here at once, more or less, in a bite. I think you're gonna kind of have to attack this ingredient by ingredient, more or less, kind of like what you like, you know, just take a bite of it at a time. Like when you want to get the spoon in there, the kind of thing is like you can really only get like, oh yeah, maybe I'll pick up some of this, and then by the time you go to bring it to your maw, it's kind of just falling and then sprays on you. I totally didn't change my shirt or anything before this because when I was trying to film with my one hand earlier, totally not spraying oil on myself, but it's fine. It tastes great. It's just a little bit on the difficult side to eat when you're inept like me. Very good. This sort of, oh wow, it's getting dynamic here. This sort of ration, you could call it, I would very much recommend. I picked this up at the local Asian market, kind of near the downtown area. I'm not going to say what city. You can dox me very easily and find that out by yourself. But I'm sure if you live in any, even remotely metropolitan area, or even within 10 miles of one, you could find some kind of market that's going to sell something just, you know, quite like this. And I have to say, this was about $10 to $15. And outside of the awkwardness of the whole thing, and the fact that it's got like now undrinkable water sitting underneath where the heating element was, it's really good. And it's definitely better than something you get frozen out of just like a package that you make in the microwave. So it's definitely worth the money. And I'm going to definitely be, in the next like 2 minutes here or so, eating this disgustingly off camera and staining a lot of things. So, big recommend. Steve also likes. In case you didn't get it, this whole video is Steve. Thank you for watching.